Okay, so before we get into this video, I just want to assure everybody, I'm just a regular girl. I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, I did a bullet journal for a full year. Does that make me special? No. Does that make me better than you? No. I did learn some things along the way though that I think are worth sharing if you want to hear them. All that aside, yes, I filled out a bullet journal for a full year. I did it, but it might not mean what you think. Everybody's got their own ideas of what a bullet journal is. You know, I think the person that invented this intended on it just being just a very simple way of journaling. Just writing your notes down, writing your feelings, writing your lists down, very quick, bullet journaling, nothing fancy. And then Pinterest came in and just completely changed the game. And that's kind of what got me into it. You can look on Pinterest, you can look up bullet journal spreadsheets, and you can say, wow, you know, who has time for that? But maybe it, you know, piqued some interest for you, as it did for me. Something about it just made me feel like if I do this, I'm going to be a better person. But that was the problem. That's what drove me to try bullet journaling when I first started. This is not my first attempt. I did have other attempts where, you know, I thought I would take some cute little markers and you know, write out my list of things to do, and that it would really keep me on task in a visually pleasing way. And no, that did not happen. And I felt like a failure. You know, I would look back on that and think, what went wrong? And I took some time apart from it. Fast forward to last year when I picked up this little baby and said, hey, let's give this another go. But I feel like I tried to go into it with a different sort of mindset. You know, even when I first started it, I understood that this could potentially just be a thing to pass the cold winter months. You know, maybe I would keep it up for a couple months or so, and maybe it would, you know, die away, and that's fine. Totally ready to start a hobby that I'm definitely going to give up at the end of the month. Yes. You got to do what serves you in the moment. That's kind of what I went into it with. You know, it was cold, I was inside, didn't have much going on, and I thought maybe bullet journaling would pass some time, and it did. And I did start it off full Pinterest style. I, you know, gave it my all. I looked up some calligraphy, tried to get all fancy with my cursive. I got I got just a few choice fancy markers from Michaels. I tried not to go overboard because I was like, let's see if you can stick to it. And I just had fun with it. So that's kind of the first point here, is just having fun with it. I think before, when I would try to do it, I went into it with the mindset that, like, you know, I didn't really connect why I was doing it. I just started it, I saw other people doing it, and I was just kind of trying to copy them and think this is going to improve my life somehow. Not realizing that it's actually fun. Again, you can go as intense or as not intense with this as you want, but I like to use this bullet journal at least for a certain part of my life as a creative outlet. You know, when I was in school, my favorite part was always making the little cover sheets for the subjects, you know, like science, and drawing the little like science test tubes and getting all creative with it. When it came to doing science, that's when I kind of checked out. But when we got to draw our little science pages, I had the time of my life. And that's where I feel like this has come back, connected to me in a way. January comes around, February comes around, you make the little pages. This might sound silly, but it's just fun. And it's knowing that that's silly, that me just, you know, having a fun creative outlet for no other purpose, that is just like a cute little thing for me to do. That's not silly. We should all be striving to do things like that. Yeah, I realized that it's actually fun to sit down and do those things. Again, I think before I was just doing it because it seemed like the thing to do, but you kind of got to remind yourself, why do I actually want to do this? Oh yeah, because I enjoy it. We forget that sometimes. Another thing that this has taught me is the power of just letting things go and not being perfect and not, you know, having to make everything perfect. I made the choice pretty early on with this that whatever mistakes came their way, I was just going to let it slide. Not at first, you know, because I would write things out, make them all pretty, and then, you know, I'd do some stupid spelling error that there was a part of me that was like, oh, I got to go get some white out. I got to fix this. But then I was like, why? Who's going to see this? Literally no one else. I mean, maybe you. But no one's going to see this. If I spell the word, you know, ideas wrong or something like that, who cares? Who cares? You get the point across. It's fine. So I just feel like it taught me to just, kind of let things slide and kind of go with the flow, which flows into my next thing. What this book started as is not kind of what it ended at. So it started off, I was going real intense. Again, January, February, it's cold, not leaving my house much. So I really had the time to just really invest in the aesthetic of the bullet journal. As time went on, that kind of went away. Summertime came, we could leave our houses again. But that didn't mean I totally forgot about this thing. It kind of turned into more of just, kind of a check-in diary kind of thing, journal. Again, that's okay. It just really taught me to be okay with, wherever I'm at, whatever it serves me to do, that's fine. Just because it changed doesn't mean, I'm not doing as well with it. And then I actually realized that bullet journaling was actually meant to be more of a journal, quick journal kind of thing, which is what it ultimately ended up turning into. Neat. But yeah, when I say I was consistent with this thing, I think it's good to know that consistency for me was checking in with this, once, maybe twice a month. I think sometimes we tell ourselves with consistency that if you're not doing it every day, you're not doing it. If it's not once a day, once a week, then you're failing at it. But I filled this thing out, once a month, 2 times a month, and that's what worked for me, and that's fine. And I feel good about that. Yeah, you just don't have to beat yourself up for every little thing, hey? Yeah, so that was my bullet journal experience. I just kind of let it flow, and it was kind of neat. So if you were thinking of doing something like this, just exploring it, having fun with it, I would recommend it. If there's a creative side to you that hasn't had an outlet in a while, this is a fun way to do it. I would just look up things on Pinterest, look up cool pages. Like any page that I drew in here is almost an entire ripoff of something that I found on Pinterest. You don't have to feel pressure to come up with the coolest thing. You can literally copy what people do. It's that easy. And it's just as rewarding, I'll tell you. You don't have to do this if you don't want to. But if you were thinking of trying it, give it a go. And just be open. Just be open to the process. Trust the process. Trust yourself to, let it ebb and flow in the way that it needs to. And yeah, just enjoy it. So that's my bullet journal experience for anyone that was wondering. I don't know who was wondering, but you know what? I'm proud of myself. And I think that's okay to say it. I'm proud that I was able to do it and keep it up for a year. And I'm going to start it again this year. So we'll see what happens with that. Maybe it won't last, maybe it will, but that's fine. Yeah, if you want to start a thing, anything, I'd say just remember why you're starting it. Think about the why, because I think that will actually help you continue to do it. Don't just start something because it looks like, it's cool that other people are doing it and now I'm doing it and just hoping it'll make me better. Just remember why. It's usually because, you want to, and you have to remember that. So try it. Let me know. Let me know if you try it. Let me know if you try anything new. And let's see how it goes. You can kind of check in with me and let me know how it goes. I'm rooting for you. And have a great day. Thank you.